Florence. This is Monster Jam.
Fans, the first competition of the evening is JCB Racing. All 6 of our drivers have been seated into a bracket with the hopes of being the fastest around the track. Whoever can pull it off will advance to the semifinal round. Florence, I just have one question for you. Who's ready for JCB Racing?
In the first round, it's John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. And on the other side, Montana Robbins, Playing Crazy. And it is Montana Robbins, Playing Crazy, with the first win of the night. Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy moving on to the semifinals to take on Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. We saw John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, come around the corner, hit one of those gray Monster Jam turning cones. Now, Monster Jam fans, if a driver does hit that cone and knock it out of that designated circle, that disqualifies them from the win in JCB Racing. So Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy moves on to the semis. Up next is John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. And his opponent, Trident Robbins, Crazy Train. And it is Trident Robbins' Crazy Train taking the win in round 1 over John Zimmer Sr. And Megalodon moves on to face off Kristen Anderson and Grave Digger in the semi-final round. So our semifinals complete. Now it's a matchup between Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. Montana Robbins, Playing Crazy, both setting up for the line in this first semifinal matchup of the JCB Racing competition.
Well, fans, it's time for the semifinal round. 4 drivers remain, but only 2 will go to the finals. So, fans, who's ready for some more JCB Racing?
In the semis, it's Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. And on the other end of the track, Montana Robbins, Playing Crazy. That was a close call at the end of that in the semifinals, but Montana Robbins takes the win by a nose, moves on to the final round of JCB Racing. So as Montana Robbins playing crazy takes the win over Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash, that moves Montana Robbins into the final spot, awaiting its competitor for the next semifinal match. Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. And on the other side, it's Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Triton Robbins and Crazy Train gets across to the line first. And Triton Robbins in that Crazy Train moving on to the final.
Fans, it's time for the JCB Racing Competition Finals. The winner of this race will earn the first points of the event and will take over the #1 spot on the BKT overall event standings. Florence, are you ready to meet your finals contenders?
In the finals first, it is Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. And his sibling on the other side, Montana Robbins, playing crazy. And it is Montana Robbins playing crazy with the JCB Racing win. In a battle of brotherly love, Montana Robbins getting the win in a close fight. These two. The two siblings going at it with each other, and Montana Robbins playing crazy captures the first 6 points of the night with the JCB Racing win. The two had a bye round in the JCB Racing competition in our last event, and this time they work hard, moving all the way to the finals against each other, and Montana getting the cornering, getting the grip on the back two BKT tires, and Montana Robbins comes out of the Monster Jam truck. Make some noise, Florence, one more time. Montana with the JCB Racing win, trying to capture it all in the two-wheel skills and freestyle. Katie, you're there with the winner.
Fans, I'm standing by with Montana Robbins playing crazy. Now, Montana, this is your second JCB Racing win of the day. Does it sweeten the deal a little bit that it was against your brother?
Hey, you know what? Going into the final round, I said, I don't care who wins this. We're a team when it comes out here, and you know what? He's a heck of a racer. He's been struggling most of the year, but when he's on his A game, he's almost impossible to beat. So like you said, it is a little bit sweeter to come out here and take Big Brother off the top.
You've got a couple JCB Racing wins now. How are you going to take that into two-wheel skills?
We're definitely going to keep the momentum rolling. Best Trick is up next. You guys are a little quiet, though. I want to hear you scream.
Give it up for Montana Robbins playing crazy.
Letting that truck sit on the front two BKT tires on his first attempt in the two-wheel skills. Looking forward to his second move. Eyeing down that ramp for the second try in the two-wheel skills.
Almost turning that two-wheel skills challenge into a one-wheel. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Florence, this is your first opportunity to place your scores on JumpZone.com or scan the QR code on the big screen right now.
What a first attempt for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, moonwalking on top of the pod, using a combination move and then parlaying that right into that beautiful nose wheelie. Got it on one BKT tire, hopping out of the Monster Jam truck. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. That's called some two-wheel skills right there. The scores are locked, and the score for John Zimmer Jr. is... First score on the board, and it's a good one. 8.222 gets John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity to the top of the board in the two-wheel skills challenge. Again, a reminder, Monster Jam fans, drivers will have the 2 attempts each at putting on some of their best 2 BKT tire moves. That includes stoppies, poppers, wheelies, bicycles, and one of those moonwalks that you just saw from John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity there. As we continue on through the two-wheel skills competition, you're going to see a lot of that and more. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, with a great first run. Next up, John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon. up for the first move on the ramp, trying to pop on top of the pod.
John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon, taking a bite out of the pod right there. Fans, let us know what you thought. Scan that QR code, head to judgeszone.com.
John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon driving it up on the front two BKT tires, a nose wheelie off the pod first time and set it up beautifully the second time as well on the bottom of the track. John Zimmer Sr. looking at a potential score to match or beat his son right now, an 8.222, the score to beat, and the score for John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon, a 6.105. Florence still makes some noise. John Zimmer Sr. in Megalodon. So as we continue the two-wheel skills challenge, it's John Zimmer Jr. at the top. Terminal velocity, 8.222. John Zimmer Sr., 6.105 in Megalodon. Still 4 more trucks to go in the Monster Jam two-wheel skills competition, and a lot can still change. Montana Robbins, playing crazy. Putting that plane in a bit of a nosedive. And got the moonwalk in store for the first move. Trying to set up for the ramp, Montana Robbins. Eyeing down it with the front propeller of that Monster Jam plane. Ultimate balance, steering wheel's gone. No hands, Montana Robinson playing crazy on the second move. And pops right down.
He's not afraid of a little turbulence. It's Montana Robbins playing crazy. Fans, lock in those scores.
And fasten your seatbelts. What a wild ride. Montana Robinson playing crazy up on the nose wheelie, getting that propeller real close to the dirt, and he's out of the Monster Jam truck. Florence, how about that for Montana Robbins? The scores are in, picking up the steering wheel. Montana, do you want to know this score? All right, head nod. The score for Montana Robinson playing crazy is... And that's a brand new leader, 8.273 for Montana Robbins and playing crazy. Again, that score to beat initially was an 8.222 for John Zimmer Jr. and terminal velocity, but by just a bit, Montana Robinson playing crazy. His move's good enough to be the leader in the two-wheel skills challenge. Monster Jam fans, there is still time to make an illustrious difference in the lives of kids across the country and across the world with our partnership with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude, and if you want to donate and offer some of your assistance, the QR code is on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. We still got an empty leaderboard, but Monster Jam fans, you all can make a big difference. Support your favorite driver and also support a fantastic cause. So scan that QR code. It only takes $1 to make a huge difference with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Trident Robbins, Crazy Train. Trident Robbins and Crazy Train. Second place result in the JCB racing competition. Combination move in the first attempt for Trident Robbins and Crazy Train. One more attempt to go.
The train is officially off the rails. Trident Robbins, Crazy Train. Fans, if you choose him for the #1 spot, head to judgeszone.com.
Trying to get to the winning station. Trident Robbins and Crazy Train saw the moonwalk on top of the pod, comboed that into a sky wheelie, being right up on the back end of the two BKT tires. Doing the same for the second. Almost got on one, shimmying on the pod. Florence makes some noise. The score to beat, remember, is an 8.273 for Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy. And the score for Trident Robbins and Crazy Train is... Florence, that's a brand new leader, 8.507. And we've got a new score to beat in the two-wheel skills challenge. Trident Robbins an 8.507. Crazy Train at the top. Montana Robbins Playing Crazy second up, an 8.273. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, who was the first truck in the order, an 8.222. And John Zimmer Sr. in Megalodon at a 6.105 with 2 trucks to go. Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. Kristen looking for her 68th two-wheel skills challenge win. And she sets up for the first move on the back end of the Grave Digger truck. Solid rotation, launched up the ramp on the first move, carrying that wheelie all the way to the center of the pod. And now looking forward to the second attempt.
Bad to the bone, Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. Fans, getting some serious air there. Let us know what you thought on judgeszone.com.
Kristen Anderson, a high-flying move, second attempt in her two-wheel skills challenge run. And she takes flight in the center of the pod after launching up the ramp the first time on a wheelie and keeping it all the way through. And the score for Kristen Anderson and Grave Digger is Florence, you love it, she loves it, 8.692, taking the lead in the two-wheel skills challenge. That former score to beat, 8.507 by Triton Robbins and Crazy Train, now in second as Kristen Anderson and Grave Digger takes the top running spot at an 8.692 with one truck left. Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. Looking down the ramp, Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. Looking for the setup to pop on top of the pod.
Fans, Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash, lock in those scores now.
Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash hopping out of the Monster Jam truck. Florence, give her some love. Set up on the front two BKT tires on the nose wheelie on top of the pod for her final move, final attempt in that two-wheel skills run. And Logan Ashline has got a chance to take the lead. Remember the score to beat, 8.507 or 8.6 from Grave Digger, and the score for Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash, a 6.797, puts her in fifth in the two-wheel skills challenge. And that means, Florence, there is one winner of the two-wheel skills challenge, and it is Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger, 8.692. and earns the second batch of 6 points in this Monster Jam event here from Florence. Kristen Anderson, her 68th two-wheel skills challenge win. Picked up one earlier this afternoon right here in this building at the Florence Center, and now gets to get on top of the pod for another time, chasing a second straight BKT overall event championship this weekend. Over to Katie on the pod.
Fans, I'm standing by with Kristen Anderson, driver of Gravedigger. Kristen, those Robbins boys put up a fight, but you said, no, it is Gravedigger Day here today. What's going through your mind when you're flying across the pod like that?
Well, Katie, you know, like I was saying earlier at the beginning of the event, there is tons and tons of talent on this tour. As you guys can see from the really tight races we had in racing, the great two-wheel skills competition. But, you know, I wanted to mix up the two-wheel skills competition a little bit. I can do the stuff and the tricks on the nose just like the boys can, but I figured that Florence wanted to see some big Gravedigger air. So I wanted to deliver some big air for y'all for two-wheel skills, and it worked out for me.
Freestyle is coming up next. I can only imagine things are going to get even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just going to carry this momentum and even go even bigger in freestyle, y'all. I mean, this is just a little appetizer. Y'all just wait until all these 8 trucks hit the floor out here in freestyle, but there can only be one number 1, baby, and I'm trying to make that me.
Fans, give it up for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Up first, we've got Brandon Reardon. In the black and white, Kenny Haskell. And in the red, Josh Hedford. As we said, they're going to get nice and warmed up, fans. The louder you get, the higher they go. Oh my goodness. Now, Florence, I talked to these riders. They said the Saturday morning crowd was a little quiet, so we got to do better. Make some noise. Josh Hedford, this morning's best trick winner. Fans, this is just the warm-ups. We're in for a treat. Josh Hedford starting out with a backflip there. Florence Center, what do you think so far? Like I said, we are just getting started. Each one of our riders joining me on the pod right now. We are about to kick off our best trick competition. So fans, keep those phones on standby because after each driver's attempt, you will head to judgeszone.com and place your scores just like we've done for all of our Monster Jam superstars. Are you guys ready for some more freestyle motocross?
And the FMX Best Trick Competition begins now. Up to you fans here at the Florence Center to decide what you think of these best tricks. And we start with Brandon Reardon. Hailing from the state of Massachusetts in his Honda 450 bike. Some great warm-ups at the beginning, but now it's for all the marbles. And your score Coming around to the tunnel, we'll see that ramp and take to the skies. Again, the louder you get, the higher these riders will fly. Brandon Reardon, make some noise.
Brandon Reardon starting out strong. A little no hands moment there. Fans, scan that QR code on the big screen right now. Lock in your scores for our first rider, Brandon Reardon.
Brandon Reardon putting an emote in the sky, no hands on the bars, and taking flight on top of that bike before getting it back under control and onto the landing ramp. The score for Brandon Reardon is Florence. That's a good score, 8.177. Brandon Reardon first on the board. And coming up next in the white and blue from state of Massachusetts, give it up for Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell in a Yamaha YZ250. See a lot of these freestyle motocross riders on 450s, but 250cc, and that engine gives them enough power to sail to the sky. Kenny Haskell curling around the tunnel, coming back onto the ramp for his best trick in the competition.
Quite the extension there from Kenny Haskell. Fans, locking your scores on judgeszone.com.
Kenny Haskell doing a little dive in the air, having a plank moment as he hit the apex of that jump and came back down on a soft, beautiful landing, controlling that Yamaha YZ250 all the way through. The scores are locked, and 8.177 is to beat. Kenny Haskell's score is that's a new titan at the top, 8.348. Kenny Haskell in first place. And last but not least in our freestyle motocross trifecta, make some noise for the man out of Asheville, North Carolina, Josh Hedford. Did a backflip in the warm-ups. Does he have more in store for the Florence Center here tonight? Making that turn, eyes locked on the ramp. Josh Hedford with his best trick.
Josh Hedford, an impressive backflip combo there. Florence, will it be enough to take that #1 spot? Let us know right now. Head to judgeszone.com.
Josh Hedford, the North Carolinian, backflip, adding some scissor kicks in it as well. Just a little sauce on the meal right there. Josh Hedford making that trick, and the score is in. The score for Josh Hedford is you fans made it happen, 9.730. Josh Hedford takes the win in the FMX Best Trick competition.
Huge congratulations to Josh Hedford. Florence, we're not done yet. It's time for our grand finale. Each one of our riders is going to make a train formation, one after another, flying across Florence Center, one side to the next. The louder you get, the higher they go. Florence, are you ready for some more freestyle motocross? On the count of 3, I want to hear you make some noise. 1, 2, 3, let's hear it. Not bad for our first grand finale run. Some nice whips there. But these riders are showing us, fans, they can't hear you. We need to be even louder on this next one. Let me hear you make some noise. Florence, we have one more attempt left. Are you guys ready for some more? They can't hear you. That's what I'm talking about. Monster Jam fans, we gotta blow the roof off the place on this one. I need to get the loudest you've been all day long. 1, 2, 3, let's hit it. Give it up for all of our freestyle motocross riders. Fans, I'm standing by with your best trick winner, Josh Hedford. Josh, your second win of the day. We talked to you earlier. You've been doing this since you were a little kid, just like a lot of the kids here today. Who were some of your role models or inspiration that got you wanting to do this?
Oh, we had Travis Pastrana back in the day. I don't know, y'all heard about him before? All right, yeah, him. Yeah, I met him like quite a long time ago. First time in person was like 2006 or 7, and yeah, got to learn a lot of cool stuff growing up, and we had a lot of old school guys, really. There was like other guys in Europe too. This one guy like Remy Bisward, he was crazy, and I met him like competing at Night of the Jumps, and I was 17, 18 years old, traveling all over the world doing crazy stuff, and you know, he's fortunate enough to keep it on 2 wheels and keep going on a dirt bike.
You've been doing this all around the world, but now you're here next to all these Monster Jam trucks. What is that like?
It's incredible, honestly. Like it's we got to get you guys pumped up. Are you guys ready for some Monster Jam freestyle coming up? All right, yeah. That's why we're here. We come in and do our little halftime show and get you guys amped up for the big trucks ready to go.
All right, and you've done it well, fans. Give it up for Josh Hedford. We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. Fans, I want to hear you get nice and loud if you're ready for Monster Jam Freestyle. Florence, I think we're gonna need a bigger boat. John Zimmer Sr., Megalodon, locking your scores now.
Showing that a shark can have some speed and have some high-flying action along with it. John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon from the sea to the sky, putting on a show in the first bit of Monster Jam Freestyle. Florence, how did you like that one? Strapping out of the Monster Jam truck and getting the feel for that freestyle run. Give him a wave. The scores are locked for John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon, and the score is an 8.226. John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon gets to the top of the board in Monster Jam Freestyle. Monster Jam fans, I've got some help to bring in the next driver in the freestyle competition.
Give it up, Florence, for Logan Ashline, my daughter in Sparkle Smash!
This unicorn can definitely fly. Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. Place your scores now.
Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash, showing out with the sparkle on top of the pod, getting some big air, getting all the ramps, and using some of that creativity to her advantage. Give it up, Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. There's a score to beat of 8.2 from John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon. Logan, do you want to know that score? All right. Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash, the score is... That's a new leader, Florence, 8.289 to the top of the freestyle competition.
All right, fans, I'm standing by with my new friend, Oakland. Now, we saw all of our drivers having a little friendly competition with St. Jude, so we're going to let you get it on the action right now with our St. Jude helmet shuffle. So, Oakland, take a look at the video board right now. We're going to have 3 helmets show up on the screen. There will be 1 trophy under there. Florence Center, we're counting on you to help her out. You want to keep your eyes on that trophy. Are you all ready? And we're off. Okay, keep your eyes on it. Those helmets are going to move quickly. Do you know which one it is, fans? I mean, I've lost it. I'm already getting dizzy. I don't know about you, Oakland. Okay, Oakland, what do you think it is? Number 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Confidently, she says number 2. Is she right? It's not 3. It's not 1. That means it's under helmet number 2. Congratulations, Oakland. We're sending you home with your very own Grave Digger plushie. Fans, give it up for Oakland. That was incredible.
Monster Jam fans, you still have a bit of time to make a difference with our partnership with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Take a look up at the video board. Again, still time to donate. Scan that QR code on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And right now, it is a close race between Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger at 51%. Montana Robinson playing crazy at 48%. Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash with 1% on the board. So great job from everyone that has donated so far on behalf of the Monster Jam drivers. Again, all proceeds go to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So again, still some time to scan the QR code and make a difference in the lives of many. Montana Robbins playing crazy. Monster Jam fans, as you can see, the clock has stopped with 20 seconds to go. Montana Robinson playing crazy. The engine has gone, so an attempt to refire, but that will be the end of the run. Give it up one more time for Montana Robinson and Playing Crazy. Remember to get in your scores at judgeszone.com right now. Montana Robinson Playing Crazy, carrying a ton of speed on top of the pod, sailing from one end to the other. That plane took flight, and it was on a straight-on course to the other side of the track. Montana Robinson Playing Crazy, the score is locked, and the score is a 6.825. We'll get Montana Robinson Playing Crazy in third of the freestyle competition. So after 3 in this Monster Jam freestyle competition, Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash with the lead, 8.289. Behind her, John Zimmer Sr. and Megalodon with his run at an 8.226. And you just saw Montana Robinson Playing Crazy in third at a 6.825.
Fans, I am standing by right now with my new friend, Penelope. Oh, she just dropped something. Come on up here, Penelope. She is ready to play our next game in hopes of winning a cool prize. So, Penelope, take a look at the big screen right now. We are going to cover this thing in some dirt, and you just have to tell us which truck is underneath this dirt. So, fans, if you know what it is, yell it out and help Penelope. When you know what it is, Penelope, yell it out.
What is it? Sparkle Smash.
She says it's Sparkle Smash. Is she right? The fans are still cheering. It looks like it's Sparkle Smash. Penelope, give me a high five. That was great. We're going to hook you up with a little prize here. A nice little hat to go with your outfit there. Fans, give it up for Penelope.
Next up, it's John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. There's a reason he is leading this series. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Fans, locking those scores now. There's a reason why they call this Monster Jam truck Terminal Velocity, because nothing but speed carrying through the pod. and a clean landing on one of the initial runs, landing it on top of the other side of the pod, and then carrying that into a combination move on those front two BKT tires. Florence, did you like that one? Make some noise, John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. Score to beat right now, an 8.6 from Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. The score for John Zimmer Jr. and terminal velocity is... John Zimmer Jr. has taken the lead, 8.850 at the top of the Monster Jam Freestyle competition. Florence, as we continue to make a big difference each and every weekend with the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we've been looking all night long for the St. Jude ambassador of the event. You all have been giving such a helping hand. You can still donate right now in that QR code at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So $1 can make a huge difference in the lives of many kids around the country and around the world in the mission to fight childhood cancer. We've been checking that leaderboard for the moment over the course of the night, and as we see it, we've had some good results at the moment, and it seems like it was a close race, and there was a change of the lead, 51% to Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy, Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger at 47%. So Florence, that means Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy is today's St. Jude ambassador of the event. Remember, you can make a difference right now with just $1 for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Trident Robbins, Crazy Train. Here comes the train rolling into the station for freestyle.
Trident Robbins, Crazy Train. Fans, let us know what you think. Head to judgeszone.com.
Trident Robbins, Crazy Train, honking the horn and taking it around the track for some high-flying jumps in that train off the rails, literally, for Trident Robbins, hopping out of that Monster Jam truck. Tons of action there on the freestyle run, perfectly lining up on the ramps, getting the high speed, and also getting the airtime as well. Folks, he's out of the truck. And the scores are in for Trident Robbins and Crazy Train, an 8.189. Good enough for fourth in our Monster Jam freestyle leaderboard with one truck to go. John Zimmer Jr. so far with a good performance, putting him at the top in terminal velocity. Crazy Train Tried Robbins waiting on. 5 trucks completes. 1 more left in Monster Jam Freestyle.
Give it up for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Lock in your scores now.
Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. Final run of our Monster Jam Freestyle competition out of the Monster Jam truck. Took the air, went down on the pod, and just did about everything you could ask for at a Monster Jam Freestyle competition. The score to beat is an 8.850 for John Zimmer Jr. and terminal velocity. Kristen, do you want to know that score? All right, the score for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger is 8.973. Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger takes the win in the Monster Jam Freestyle competition, and that means Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger is tonight's BKT overall event champion. Captured a BKT overall event championship earlier this afternoon right here in Florence. Her 94th career. Monster Jam fans, make some noise one more time for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. And just like earlier this afternoon, a 2-wheel skills challenge win and propels right into the BKT overall event championship. Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash giving her some congratulatory hugs. They love this moment over here in Florence. In the embrace of her team, 94th career overall event championship, and her second in a row comes right here in Florence, South Carolina. Katie, take it away.
Fans, I'm standing by with your freestyle winner and BKT overall champion, Kristen Anderson of Gravedigger. Kristen, what an event for you. What a day overall. What emotions are you feeling right now?
Oh, man, Katie, I'm so happy, honestly. I always am so happy to be standing up here on top of the pod, holding this trophy, man. I mean, my hat is off to all of the competitors here on Arena Series East. These boys, they do not take it easy on me and Logan at all. But you know what? That's fine because me and Logan can keep up with them too. You know, I'm holding the trophy right here, so it feels pretty good. And, you know, South Carolina, I love y'all, man. Florence, you guys have been loud all night long, and I know that this is grave digger country, man. I can feel the love. So thank you guys so much, honestly, truly. I mean, Gravedigger's been around now for almost 45 years, and that's because of my dad, but that's also because of y'all, man. You guys have loved this truck so consistently since 1982. So from the bottom of my heart, from the Anderson family, we promise we'll give you guys 45 more years of Gravedigger.
Give it up for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger.
What a night, what a day for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. Not just one, but two BKT overall event championships on the day, and seals it with a freestyle run worth remembering. Tons of action in that run across the pod and across the track, and we are so happy that you all got to witness it with us here at Monster Jam. Make sure while you're heading out here at the beautiful Florence Center to grab some merchandise, maybe some Gravedigger merchandise on the way out, as well as we cap off this extremely fun Saturday night of Monster Jam action. On behalf of the entire fantastic production crew, on behalf of our pit reporter, Katie Andrus, I'm Kenneth Bueno saying so long from Florence. Hope to see you soon at our next Monster Jam event, but until then, we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.